Ooh, what's good? My name is Axotol, and today, my friends, we're gonna be going over, well, each of the classes. We're gonna be telling you which ones do what, my opinions on them, some basic gameplay, I should say. So that way, for you new people, you can, get a feel of what kind of thing you want to start out with. I will say though, these classes are almost always meaningless past like level 30. Because you can pretty much get anything you want. So, for this, say we start at level 9. This character starts out with a sword, as well as a halberd, a shield, and I believe that's a Lost Grace type of thing. So this character is very melee, defensive oriented starting out. He's got a lot of heavy armor, which is really nice. His stats are definitely not pointed towards magic, so do keep that in mind. He has high strength and high dexterity starting out, which means he can use pretty much any early game weapon, as long as it's melee based, right? So for the keepsake, I started out with the Stone Sword key, and I will explain why that's good. Actually no, why it's not good. So, don't pick this up. I will get back to it when I can. But I do not recommend picking this item up. It is not going to end well for you, especially if you do the thing that I was trying to do. So instead, what you can pick up is the cracked pot. This is a decent pickup. Golden Seed and Crimson Amber Medallion are probably the best bet. So Crimson Amber Medallion increases your max HP. Golden Seed lets you upgrade your flasks amount, which is going to be very useful in the early game because you don't even see one until like a certain area, and we won't be getting to that today. Fanged Imp Ashes you can pick up, but it's not normally worth it because you can't use it right away. However, they are pretty cool. This is the item that lets you summon stuff. But do not pick up the Stone Sword key. You're going to waste an item there because they're easily accessible, and the first area you get to it's way out of your league. You're definitely not going to get to it, get through that area right away. So I do not recommend that. As well for the other things, they're not really worth it. They're just basic consumables that you can and will find out in the world, or you can craft it and that kind of stuff. So this stuff doesn't matter. So today we got some basic gameplay, which is fun. I will also be skipping as much as I can to prevent as many spoilers. We're going to be going to one area as well in order to help find, or just for content, you know. So pick up the Wizened Finger. It's useful. I think it lets you write messages. Oh. Alright, so you see that? Right off the bat, go into your equipment if you pick this class up and either choose the longsword or choose the halberd. Because if you see in the bottom, oh, actually, you can't even have that. Straight up, choose the longsword. Don't use the halberd. Because if you use the halberd, if you see on the right side towards the bottom, it says equip load and it says heavy load. If it's heavy load, you fat roll, and that's not what you want because you will be you'll be crying because you have like almost little to no iframes, and your recovery time from rolling is immense, and it's not fun. So stick with the longsword. You get medium rolls. You'll thank me later. So this is the tutorial boss. Yes, you will die. You have to go through here. If you do kill it, however, you do get a unique sword and shield. I don't know if it's unique to this boss, but you definitely get a sword and shield, and they're pretty good. As well as don't bother blocking, because he's gonna drain all of your stamina. Yep. We will try and kill him. And we're dead. Just like that, we're dead. You don't get any heals starting out, so there's no point. Alright, so Flask of Crimson Tears and Cerulean Tears. Red is your health bar. Blue is your mana bar. Those are in charge of refilling. There's respective what is it? It's not static. Resource? Not a resource. This is just health and health and magic. So you can talk to this guy, and if you're new to the game, you want to drop down here because this is the basic tutorial. This is combat. This is locking on. This is walking around. You know, that kind of stuff. I recommend doing this the first time because you do get a gesture at the end. You get a few items as well. I do recommend doing this, even if you're a Souls veteran. Do the tutorial anyway. You're gonna find a lot of things early on that you're gonna like. So this thing right here, in the overworld, they usually have a golden seed, which means you can, you know, upgrade your stuff. What do we have? What did I pick up as my starting gift? I don't even remember. It doesn't say. Oh well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There was a bonfire, right? No, I'm high. So you do, if you picked up a golden seed, you want to go to one of the graces, which are bonfires from in this game, and straight up just use it. There is a grace here, so we can go here. If you picked up a golden seed, you want to rest here, and then you want to go to flasks, and then you want to add charge to flask. But as you can see, we don't have enough golden seeds, so there's no point. For the stone sword key, you can go here, and you can use it. And when you do, you have access to this area. And I'm telling you now, unless you're a professional at these games, you are definitely not going to make it through here because the boss fight for the end of this area is literally the worst enemy I think I've ever seen made by FromSoft. It is horrendous how bad the camera angles are and how bad he clips through walls and everything. So I don't recommend going there, at least until you beat some of the other bosses and you're probably like level, I don't know, 20, 30. Then maybe give it a try, but that area is a mess. So I don't recommend it at all, any way, shape, or form. Alright, congratulations, you made it to the end. Well, first things first, there is a bonfire here. Pick it up. Make sure you rest. And the first place you want to go to is straight over to that church. Go sneak if you have to. Also, yes, you can safely drop off this cliff and not have your ankles broken. The amount of fall damage is insane. Alright, make sure you sneak past this guy. This is a boss. Again, make sure you get some levels because he will mess your day up and you will cry. Also, don't forget materials. You can pick those up with ease. Alright, so come over here and you get another bonfire, which is what you want. There's also Santa Claus. He sells some good stuff. Make sure you clear out his inventory of all of the nice things. You can see for yourself what you want. Most of what he sells, you're gonna want right away. So until you get to a certain area, this is the only way to upgrade your weapons. Yeah, your weapons. You can't upgrade armor in this game. If you're upgrading your weapons, you can only upgrade it to +3, otherwise it won't do anything. Make sure you talk to that guy, and then we can go on our way. So the path of progression is that way. That is the next place. You meet a very important NPC. You also get your horse over there. However, we're not going to go that way. We're going to go over here in this cave. We're going to kill this boss, and then that's going to be the end of the video. Oh, he got his doo-doo. Make sure you pick up his doo-doo. So there are a few enemies here. sure you kill that guy, and then you can come in here. This place has a lot of wolves, so keep that in mind. Wolves are better fought with a faster weapon. Otherwise they will stun lock you. Examine, small golden effigy. Make sure you hit these every time, so that way you don't have to hit them again. They're very hard to see. Oh, and I guess something exclusive to the Vagabond is you want to level up your stamina right away. You can't level up yet. So endurance is the one you want to level up, because not only does that upgrade the amount of stamina you have, it also upgrades the amount of equip load you get, which means the more stamina you get, you can end up using both the shield and the halberd. The halberd is a good weapon, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth using it for the heavy equip load. You can take the shield off and just use the halberd, probably. I don't recommend taking armor off, because having literally scraps of clothing gives you a lot more defense than not having anything there at all. So don't waste your armor. You can buy a torch from the guy at the church. However, it is not necessary at all. Oh, they just straight up jump up here. Okay. Crackpots are pretty good. They are, you need to craft, they're crafting item, but they're an infinite crafting item source. Up to the amount that you can carry, right? So if you're familiar with the souls, you got the fire bombs. Those things are what you are looking for. You can craft fire bombs in this game. And you have the cracked pots, and once you use the firebomb, you get a cracked pot back. If that makes sense, good. If not, then oh well. Also, make sure you pick up like all of the stuff, the crafting materials, so that way you can store up on them later. Alright, so this is a golden fog wall. This is a boss fight. Oh, wow, okay, so you cannot block that specific attack. Ooh, he's womboing my combos, man. We might actually die here. Hold on. Oh, we can backstab him. Okay. Well, you want to start farming out backstabs then, because those are going to help out a lot. That was a bit awkward. Bam. And just like that, first boss is dead. You get 1,000 souls. You also get the flame talisman, which just increases your defense against fire. I believe that's it for this small area. I don't think there's any chests or anything in here. So what you can do is you can go here, you can return to the entrance, and then we will go on our way to the one place. The next area is an area that you want to go to. By the way, make sure you sit down so you get your Estus and your health back. It's very important. So you don't have to go there right away, but I did that for like tutorial's sake, and it was a bit too fast. I went there straight there for the sake of the video, but if you are playing, I recommend going straight here and trying to go through everything. as well. So if you go and run over to this bonfire, you can see it over there next to the gate. That is actually where you meet your NPC. That's where you get your horse. It's very important because you get to start riding around, as well as you be able to get your, what's it called? Your levels, right? So I will skip through as much as I can, just for the sake of spoilers. It also turned at nighttime, oddly enough. Okay, so there is a thing there. Make sure you say okay. This is where you can level up. Let me use the halberd. Alright, so for Torrent, I don't recommend putting the whistle in these slots. These slots should be used for combat and other things. Instead, you can put it in these slots. And I like to put it in this one. The slot's on the right side. So in order to access that from the menu, you hold your interact button, right, to pick up items. You hold that down, and then you can press any one of those things, and then bam. Here we go. Yes, he can double jump. Yes, he can do all sorts of things. It's fun. Oh, this is the front of the carriage. Oh, wow. That's different for halberds. So there is an item at the back of these carriages. Every single one of them has an item. That one is a great sword. It acts like a claymore. So keep that in mind. If you want to use the weapon, it's got some pretty decent requirements. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. It had some pretty decent requirements. So you will probably have to level up even if you do pick this class. Stealth makes this game pretty easy. It's not always possible to be stealthy though, so keep that in mind. There's also a bunch of dogs here if I remember correctly. Right, so there are very, very important items. Oh. There's a man that has a horn. By the way, you see these butterflies? You can pick them up, and you get smoldering butterflies. Okay, so onto the important items. There's two items here that you need more than anything else. The first is going to be at these kinds of pillars. These are map fragments, and they let you see the map. Right, we're getting attacked. No, we're not. The second deals with Ashes of War, and that is... it's somewhere around here. I know that. Do I remember specifically where it is? No, I do not. This guy is a bit tankier than the other dudes, so keep that in mind. Ow, man. Oh, hello there. This halberd acts more like a spear than anything else. I believe in the Souls games it acts more like an axe. Oh. Here we go. So you can actually get their armor, you can get their weapons, you can get their shields. So if you do want to farm them out, then make sure you do so. So I don't think there's anything in this tent. Yeah, there's nothing in this tent. This right here, though, is one of the most important items in the game, and I missed it for a little while in my first playthrough. So make sure you pick this up. This is very, very important. So once you come here and you get the whetstone knife, you can now add or change your weapon art at bonfires. And then we can come over here, and then this is the last item. Alright. And I believe this is a flail. Yeah, it's a flail. Flails are a new weapon type, and I don't even have the dexterity to use it, so... Yep. I recommend using shields. If you play as this guy is very beginner friendly. Just make sure you get rid of the halberd in your inventory right away, because you will be bat rolling, and that is something you don't want. And I think that's it, pretty much, for little gameplay. What is this area called? That's not the map, but this is the map. That is Gatefront Ruins and Groveside Cave. So, on that note, my name has been Axotol. This has been the Vagabond class from Elden Ring. That's the name of the game, duh. My thoughts on it, he's very defensive. He's got very melee-focused stats. He's got decent health, decent stamina. He's got 100% damage absorption shield, which is very nice. The only thing that I don't like about the class is that you need to get rid of the halberd, and for new people, if they don't know that, they're going to be sitting there fat rolling the entire time without knowing why. And then they're going to get frustrated, and then they're going to say the game sucks, and then they can't get good, and then they're going to drop the game, get the refund, and never play it again, right? So, my name has been Axotol. This has been Elden Ring. Make sure you get some water, and I'll be here. You tune in next time. Now get some sleep. Hold on. Where's my gesture? Bye-bye. Hey, don't say hey. Alright, bye-bye.